Hello my dear YouTube followers and welcome to this sketchbook tour of Inktober 2019, and this was done in an Arteza watercolor book, very nice bound, very solid and thick paper. So thank you Arteza for sending this to me. And I wrote it here, Inktober 2019 by Lineke Lijn. That's me. And when I start Inktober, what I actually do is first I write out all the words that I want to draw. And these are done by the prompt list of Jake Parker. And this is in English and this is in Dutch, because I'm from the Netherlands. And well, words can be interpreted in many ways. So, well, how do you get your inspiration? Well, what I do is maybe I search Pinterest, or I go to Google Images, or maybe Pixabay for bigger resolution pictures, or I simply watch my own pets and surroundings. So these are my main sources of inspiration to get things going. Also, drawing out what I'm going to do makes me going. And what is also very handy is to choose a theme for yourself. Now for this year I chose animals or animals with interactions with the humans. So that will also give you a head start to come up with ideas, because it's not only about drawing, it's also about coming up with ideas. That is a very difficult point for many of you, same for me. Then once you get a word done in a drawing, then you can share that on your Instagram or DeviantArt, your Facebook page, or maybe you are in a group. I'm at Sketchbook Revival, for instance, then I share it. And for me, I share it on YouTube with you, of course. Or you can put it on Pinterest also for others to get inspired. Then, well, on my Patreon page, I will explain about that some more, of course. So, let's get started. Day 1, ring. And what I did, in every left corner, I wrote the word day 1, day 2, day 3, and so forth, and the word that I am going to draw. That is also helpful. And what I chose for ring is a ring going through the nose of a bull or a cow, which is in the field grazing, and I chose a frog's perspective here. So I'm laying in the grass on my belly, taking a picture of a cow, and started drawing this. So this gives us a great feel of perspective, makes a very convincing drawing, I think. What I also did is using Staedtler fine liners, but I also used here, for instance, Pan Pastel and brushes. Well, you can use, besides ink, all kinds of brush pens. The Tombos are also very nice. I work with that too. So please feel free to combine your ink with any drawing material you have around. Let's continue. Day 2, mindless. And I chose a monkey here. They are often used, well, experiments, and I do not like it. It's a negative interaction of humans with animals. So I made a little bit of a statement here, and his skull is sawed open. And these balloons were done with the dry brush technique. So I simply put a little bit of ink and or oil paint and then brush it in to get that soft feel. Day 3 was bait, and bait, of course, then I have to think of Fisherman. And here is a fisherman standing in his rubber pants in the water, and he is going for trout or something. So this is the actual bait that I thought of. The hook. Well, not so positive in interaction of humans and animals, but well, I must say I do love trout. Then day 4, I took a theme from, well, we all know him, Scrat. I love that little squirrel, and well, I actually was able then to draw in a lot of ice, which for me is the word freeze. So a lot of rendering here with the fine liner and a little bit of graphite combination and dry brush here in the background and brush pens. Then day 5 was built, and I actually literally saw a picture of a cute little donkey which was loaded with all kinds of stone, and I think it's not a positive interaction of humans and animals, of course. So I thought, let's pay some attention. Please don't be bad to dear animals. Then this is somewhat more positive, of course. There are huskies. Day 6 husky. And these are going through the polar landscape with that little man here. And well, a lot of perspective too. Lines coming towards you here and here. And then some blurry trees in the background. So very nice drawing, I think. Then day 7, and then the first week is at its end, and that was enchanted. So I thought of a frog, of course, a frog, and once we kiss that frog, it will turn into a nice prince, hopefully. Well, little castle in the background, a little bit of dry brush, a nice frog. Then day 8, the first week of the second week of Inktober, and I thought Frill. I had a little bit of difficulty, so this drawing went out of hand. I drew a lady Taurus on high heels and a bird piercing her head. Got a bit messy, and then came day 9, swing. I simply combined 2 pictures. So I took a picture of a squirrel and I took a picture of a swing, and simply put the squirrel on the seat and made it swing around. Used a little bit of pan pastel for the background, and then it was done. Then here we have day 10, pattern. I had no idea what to draw, but in my younger years I used to write a reining American dressage. So I simply drew out the arena with the reining pattern here, with the sliding stops and the spins in the center and the slow and fast circles, and of course the sliding stop here and the judge. So that's my day 10 pattern. Then day 12, dragon. I love dragons. There are a lot of images of dragons. They are not existent. So what you also can do is look at pictures of crocodiles to get inspired for the skin itself. I think a crocodile skin is a very good reference for drawing dragons. Oh, and what I also did is combine it with charcoal. Charcoal is very nice to get macabre effects in your drawing. So yeah, charcoal is excellent to combine with ink. Then came day 13, the bad luck number. Well, this dog had bad luck because its owner died. It's in the urn here. And well, our pets can be very sad when they lose a companion. So the ashes in the urn, the heart is broken, and the dog is feeling very down. Day 14, overgrown. I simply drew in rails disappearing towards the end horizon here. And then nature strikes back. It comes back and will overgrow our tracks. Day 15, Legend. When I was a young girl, I was an absolute fan of Zorro. And what I did here is take Zorro and his amazing horse, rearing and rendering it all in. It took a lot of time, this one. I had a lot of time that day, I think. So I made it all very sparkling and bright here, using both ink that doesn't soluble in water, and this is ink that is soluble in water. Day 16, Wild. I've never been on a safari, but I would love to one day. Maybe I will. So I simply took a picture from Google Images of a rhino and of a jeep and combined them together. Day 17, Ornament. I love ornaments. Google Images is loaded, Pinterest is loaded with ornaments. So I took the lion fountain and a little street cat, a stray cat that is drinking water in the streets. So all perspective is going towards that cat, and the movement goes towards the ornament. Day 18, Misfit. First I wanted to draw in all kinds of white sheep and then one black, but I thought, why not let that sheep go up from all the others in a bird's perspective, high up in the sky with cool glasses or something and wings. I didn't quite finish it, but I think the idea is quite good. Day 19, well, I simply wanted to draw a little bird and us humans, and this is a positive interaction of humans and animals. We can make a string and then put a needle on it and then take the peanuts, put that on the string, and then the birds can have a feast. Day 20, Thread. I had very little time here to watch where you walk. There are all kinds of little insects around us, and this one is having trouble. Day 21, third week. Still hanging in there, and never in my life I had drawn a map. So I thought, why not draw a map? And I'm coming with my boat towards Demon Island, and then I will, I sail up the Trout River and then go through Wolf Forest and then go to that canyon and go over the canyon bridge to search for the treasure, avoiding pine forest and the volcanoes. And I had so much fun doing this, and it's also nice to make this extra black that you get that map idea. Day 22, Ghost. Saw this one on Pinterest too. It's kind of a dead cat or something. I thought that would be awesome to put that cat on an OG board, and it's calling up the spirits. And I put in a lot of pastel, and the pastel of course can be drawn in with the pencil eraser, and then you can put in all those curls and stuff to get it all ghostly. And I had a great fun drawing this. Also used a little bit of charcoal and ink, all combining stuff. Day 23, Ancient. I had a very little time that day, so I wanted to draw a golden necklace around that Sphinx cat. I didn't finish this one, sadly, but maybe I will one day. I will just leave it here. Then day 24, Dizzy. And we all get that sometimes. You're sitting in the garden and then insects end up in your glass of wine or in your beer or your lemonade. If they are landed into an alcoholic beverage, then they will become dizzy indeed. Day 25, Tasty. I have cats, and I do not have an aquarium anymore, but I used to have. And my cats always sat in front of that aquarium. This is just by imagination. I looked up a picture of a goldfish, and I simply took my own cat to have that watch through the glass and then stare at the tasty goldfish. Day 26, dark. What I did is I rubbed in pan pastel all over the book here, and then I simply started drawing in a castle, a raven, but with a very nice detail, a little bit of yellow here, and then a man hanging from the tree. And the pen pastel, of course, again is very nice to work with a pencil eraser, so you can easily draw out light effects if you want, if you need, and you can just put that in to get that nice effect. So a castle on a hill, very nice perspective indeed. Then came day 27, coat. And here I'm making a statement again. It's bad interaction of humans and animals, because they tend to kill animals to make a nice coat for the ladies and the gents. So don't do that. Don't buy fur. This fox is lucky because, well, it's getting away here. And I used soluble ink for this effect. Then day 28. I think Pinterest I saw a picture of a little girl using her toy to get on top of a Shetland pony, and I thought that was so nice. So here we have a frog perspective again, and we're laying in the grass on the belly, looking upwards towards this little girl, and the perspective is going all that way towards the horizon. Day 29, injured. A pirate, obviously, and maybe he fell overboard and he lost his left arm and leg. Here's a little parrot still sitting on his shoulder, but well, he's definitely injured, isn't he? I didn't finish it. I wanted to draw in clouds also, but well, maybe I will finish that one later. Day 30, catch. Again, I was thinking of catching fish. I do not know why, but bait and catch, I think of Fisherman. And this one is having a great catch here. Big fish on a high horizon. We are standing low again, low. That's why we get that great feel of perspective going on. And then came the last day. And I had quite a shock, because when I came here, well, there was already a drawing in there. I was testing out the paper, and I was drawing this lady here in dry brush. So I thought, well, just leave it there and then make that young lady turn into an old ripe lady. So you can see the change here. And I took ink, soluble ink, and she is having that dear, sweet little cat on her shoulder. And this is my ripe, old, sweet lady. And then I finished, yes, I did it. I finished Inktober 2019, and I hope, of course, to do it again in 2020. And then I want to focus on portraits. So this was a lucky accident here. Let's see if I can make it again next year. We will see. If you like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up. And maybe I will turn this around for you for when I go to 2020. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again, of course, next Friday.